Hey there. So I absolutely love that quote from George Bernard Shaw. The single biggest problem with communication is the illusion that it has taken place. So that really was illustrated in a conversation I was having recently with someone who was super frustrated. The person they were dialoguing with wasn't getting it. The frustration came because they said that person isn't, they're not paying attention to details. They aren't using logic. They aren't looking at the facts to make a decision. They aren't listening to reason. So, this person I was having the conversation with is highly intelligent, but so is the person they're having the conversation with. The person I was dialoguing with is also very logical, very systems based, very fact based, super uber nerdy in an amazingly beautiful way, like multiple degrees super smart. The person they were speaking to is a bit of the opposite. Highly kinesthetic, relates to the world based on how they feel. They really like the big picture and not getting hung up in the details. So the person I was talking to, they're like, "Well, you're like that, right? Because you make decisions on emotion too, right?" And I'm like, "Well, sometimes I also like to nerd out on my facts. So it depends on what the decision is about. But a lot of times, yes, I do kind of go in my gut. But I like the details too." So I could see both sides of this. And what I recognized in that is the person I was conversing with kept trying to speak her own language to this person. And what I mean by that is it's not like one spoke German and the other one speaks French Canadian. It's not like going to my grandma's when I was little and having her speak Platt Deutsch and me going, "Mom, what'd she say?" Right? But there are ways we take in and understand the information. There are ways that we interpret the world based on, some of us are very much visual. So we need a picture. You need to paint us a picture for us to understand. Some of us are very fact based. Give me the facts, give me the details, give me the steps in order so I can relate to it. It will make sense to me, right? Some of us, it needs to feel right. I've got to be able to grasp your meaning. Some of us, you just have to tell it to us and we're like, aha, I got it. That one, by the way, is not my, that's not my strong suit. So if you tell me, make sure I write it down. Okay. This is true whether you're having a one-on-one conversation with someone, or if you're speaking at a networking event, or if you're talking from stage, because communication isn't just about your words. It's not just about your tonality. It's not just about your body language. All right. It, it's all of that. And are you speaking their language? Are they big picture people? If I go in and I'm speaking to a group of lawyers or doctors or accountants, I'm probably going to use a lot more logic and facts. I'm also going to use logic based words and verbiage to make my point so they understand, so they can actually hear the meaning of my message, not just my words. If I'm talking to someone and I know their big picture, I don't want to drown them in details. But if I know somebody is detail oriented and I just give them the big picture, they're going to be super annoyed with me. So you want to know your audience, whether it's an audience of one or a room full of people, because you can address it with all of them and still get your point across. So it was really interesting to have that conversation with this person and have them start to understand this is a translation issue. Now, the struggle this person was having is they wanted the other individual to start speaking their language instead of being willing. They did end up in the end being willing once they were like, oh, okay, I get it. But they had to get to the point where they were willing to understand and learn how the other person translates the world, takes in information, makes decisions, what they need to be able to do that for themselves. Because when you can speak to that, that illusion of communication happening drops away and communication actually takes place. Hope that helps. If you want more information, reach out. My inner nerd loves to go on and talk more about this. So I'll talk to you then.